if you have a backboard or a basketball hoop available to you, that's a great way to really work on your back sets. The height of the rim is actually a perfect height to just have that ball drop in for a back set. We know that on a women's net, the net is 7 feet 4 inches, give or take a quarter of an inch. We also know that most high level to medium level women are going to be hitting the ball somewhere between 9 and 10 feet. So if we can get a ball slightly higher than 10 feet and just get that ball to drop into the backboard, that's going to really help us with our placement and our consistency. The hard part about a back set is that this is the one set that you are blind. So you have no idea where you're setting, and you have to learn how to make adjustments to the set based on where you feel you are relative to the hitter on the right side, or where you are relative to the antenna that is your boundary of where you want to make that set. So when I'm going to do a back set, if my hitter is going to hit right at about the rim, I'm probably going to be 3 to 4 steps away, giving them about 9 or 10 feet in between me and my target. So again, I'm going to take the ball off of my left shoulder, and so I'm going to face this way. I'm going to toss the ball up. I'm going to adjust my feet, and I'm getting my right foot, you can see, is slightly in front of my left foot. Now the problem with this, or the danger here, the reason we have that right foot in front, on a front set, our hips are turned slightly away from the net. The net would be right here in this case. So by having our right foot in front, the ball, if I make a mistake, the ball is going to go more away from the net than toward the net. So the opposite now is true when we do a back set. So we want to make sure that when we do a back set, it's not straight up and through, because then by default, if my hips are facing slightly away from the net forward, they're going to be going slightly toward the net backward. So I have to make that adjustment. And there's a couple of ways you can do it. And here's the first way I would recommend. Learn to take the ball off of your left eye or your left ear, depending on how close you are to the net. If it's a perfect pass, you can take the ball right on top of your forehead and then just push up and back. If it's a pass that is tighter to the net, so now I'm here, I'm going to try to take that ball and push it off of my left eye or left ear. If I get a tight ball, there's a second way of doing it, and this is a higher level skill, and there's nothing wrong with striving to do the highest level that you could potentially do. I just like to keep my sets, I like to keep things simple, especially in the learning process. So when I'm doing sets and I'm using the higher level, I'm going to learn to take the ball off of my forehead, but as I set, rather than setting off the left eye or left ear, I'm going to set it straight, but I'm going to start rotating my shoulders toward the net. I want to rotate toward the net, and that, as I finish the set, I'm now going to be setting away from the net. So by rotating through, the set's going to go away from the net. It also puts me in a good spot to cover my hitter. So it looks like this. Last one. I planned that. So, you want to get used to the nice, simple up-down motion of a back set. We're not talking about a slide set. We're talking about a plain old, on my team we call them eights. It's a back two ball basically. Other clubs, other teams, other coaches, they may call it red, or they may call it five. Whatever they call it, the basic back two ball is an important set for all setters to learn how to do, because especially nowadays, the right side hitter is being utilized much more often than they have been in the past. And this is usually a very big blocker, the person on the right side, and they tend to be a good hitter. So we want to get them involved. We don't just want to go outside, outside, outside. All right? So by getting consistent with this set, being able to put the ball up in the same spot every single time, that'll make things a lot easier. Thank you.